Yeah, let me explain. A CEO of a superior court, at least in California, California organizes its courts by county. Even though we are entities of the state, we're county and jurisdiction. And in California, each court, the judges get to select the CEO, which is court executive officer, but it's the equivalent of a CEO in any corporate or nonprofit setting. My judges are my board of directors. I report to them. They set the policy, and I, am responsible for the day-to-day operations, just like any CEO. I'm responsible for the personnel matters, maintaining contracts, facilities, major projects like we're doing together on the new courthouse construction. So it's a very interesting job. It's never the same day in terms of what I need to deal with or do. It is a challenge because unlike CEOs in a private sector setting, since I'm in a public sector setting, we have constraints on what we can do based on funding, which we get, allocated to us from the state, and then based on the constraints that the public sector has in terms of having to provide justification for all expenditures. I can't give a bonus to staff because they did a great job, because that would be a gift of public funds. But I can give them a bonus if they sign a union contract, because then I'm getting quid pro quo. So those are the challenges of being a CEO in different sectors and settings. I love the job. I've been at it now, being a CEO for over 12 years. I've been in the court system for over 16 years, and prior to that, I was an attorney. So I was on the other side of what I call the curtain, in terms of, I look at courts, and this is going to be a weird analogy, but I look at courts, courtrooms are like a stage where we are performing justice. And the judge is the prime player in that stage. And then you've got the attorneys, the people who are seeking the justice. And then you've got those of us who are there to be the stage hands, our courtroom staff, or the clerks helping the judge, our court reporter, our bailiffs, those of us behind the stage who are making sure everything is there needed, and I used to be in drama in high school and college, so I was a drama boy, and that stage analogy really worked well for me, because my job is to make sure that our judges have everything they need to perform justice on that stage, where the public sees what we do, and the appearance of justice is just as important as the actual impact of the justice. Because people, unfortunately nowadays, do base what they feel and believe not only on what really happens, but what they think happens or what looked like it happened. So I take that very seriously. Love my job, and I'm excited about working with you to get into a new courthouse. Though I love this old historic building, we're one of the oldest, we're currently in one of the oldest operating courthouses in California. I think we're the third oldest in operation. There are two others that are older. And it is quite a challenge in a building here with furniture and that are sometimes over 100 years old. We have no elevator, and we have 3 floors. We have ghosts. This is a haunted location. If you wish here at night late in this building, you will hear things that do not have, I think, a logical scientific explanation for it. And I've been here myself and heard them. So I'm looking to go into the new courthouse just to get away from the ghosts that are haunting our current location. The aspiration I have, I think, is twofold. One aspiration I have is for this building, both in design and in the interior presentation of it, will give people what courthouses are supposed to do, which is to give them a sense of what we call judicial decorum. And what that means is, this is a serious place. This is a place where we're doing something important, and that we will take the care to do it correctly, because we respect the impact of what we do on people. So we want a building, we want an interior to show all of that to someone coming in who is trusting us. I look at it this way. people who walk into our courts are customers of us who are trusting us to resolve their problems, and rather than to resolve them themselves, say, on the street. If you're mad at your neighbor, you're not going to beat the crap out of him because he didn't trim his tree and his tree fell on your garage and caved in your roof. Now, you're not going to go over there and beat the crap out of him. What you're going to do is come to our court and trust that our judges will give you a fair resolution on that dispute that you have. And that means that the place and the manner in which we do that has to invoke trust and confidence in giving us the ability to resolve those disputes. And this kind of a building with the designs that you are helping us do inside, I think is going to inspire that. And then the second thing that I'm looking to get out of this building is the efficiency and the culture that will be an improvement in our court operations. Because currently, right now, we're in an old historic courthouse, and then we have a second location, and my staff are separated into two buildings. We have difficulty getting some of our staff who are older to be able to work up on the third floor. I myself have a great challenge every day to get up here, and it impacts our operations. Also, the ability to have the right design in workspace and furniture. Because we're in a historic building that is owned by the county, we're just like, we're like tenants in a condo building. We can't do anything to this building or destroy or move any furniture that has been considered historical significance, because this is not our space, not our furniture. It is the county's, and the county requires the court to respect the historical value of everything that's here. Of course, that limits us in the manner in which we can manipulate our space, change our furniture, change our workstations. I'm really looking now to have the ability to manage, control our space and workflows, and with the help that you're providing us with well-designed workstations that are going to, and I use this metaphor or analogy, I'm not even sure which, all the time. I tell my staff, we're going from a horse and buggy kind of workflow workstations, and you're going to be in a Ferrari. When we need to move into this new building, the workstations that you're going to have, it's going to be like going into a nice new sports car. And you've got to understand now, you've got a lot of power and efficiency that you can take advantage of if you know how to do it. And I think they're excited about that prospect as much as we are.